Hello everyone, welcome to Super Coaching IAS by Textbook. Friends, today we are going to talk about vegetation in India, and this is a very important topic, vegetation in India. We are going to discuss this topic. So let's talk about it. First of all, what do you understand by vegetation? Vegetation, is it have any relevance with the agriculture? No. Vegetation is actually those kind of forest area which are naturally occurring without human interference. Naturally, without human interference. Agriculture is something which is artificial in nature. Agriculture कुछ ऐसा area है which is artificial in nature, and when it comes to vegetation, then vegetation is something which is found naturally, जो nature के अंदर naturally मिलता है, उसमें human का interference नहीं होता. Important चीजें क्या होती हैं? तीन ऐसे important parameters हैं, factors हैं, which are basically needed for any kind of vegetation, and that will be rainfall, no doubt fertile soil, and sunlight, or I will say the temperature. ये तीन ऐसे पैरामीटर हैं जो अगर जैसे ही चेंज होते हैं तो आपका वेजिटेशन टोटली ऑल टुगेदर चेंज हो जाता है. Whenever there is a change in any of the parameter, the vegetation will be totally changed. So today we are going to see in India what kind of vegetation do we have. We are going to see first what exactly the vegetation is. Then we will be discussing what are the factors that will be impacting the vegetation. And then finally, we will be discussing what are basically different kind of vegetation we do have in India. India के अंदर हमारे पास कौन से अलग-अलग टाइप के vegetations देखने को मिल जाते हैं. So let's start our discussion. So first of all, it comes to the vegetation. So what are the factors which will impact the vegetation? Natural vegetation simply means we will be having certain kind of forest without human interference, right? Now, what are the factors which will impact the natural vegetation? And out of it, first of all, we comes with land and soil. Like I would like to give you example. Let's say there is a mountainous area. अगर किसी एरिया के अंदर माउंटेन है तो ऑब्वियसली यहाँ पे जो रिवर वाटर होगा it will be moving with a higher speed. If the speed of river water is high, definitely there will be more erosion. यहाँ पे ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा erosion देखने को मिल जाएगा. And now, if there is more erosion, definitely the soil character will totally be changed. But also, one more example is there in which I will give you example of the plains in India and the swampy area of India. Both have altogether different kind of land and soil, and that's why altogether different kind of vegetation is also found in the area. Second factor is temperature and humidity. Like if you are in a temperate area where temperature is very low, or let's say you are in Ladakh where temperature is very low, there will be forests which have needle shape. But the area where more sunlight is there, high temperature is there we have broad leaves, काफी चौड़ी पत्तियों के वेजिटेशन देखने को मिल जाएंगे. ऐसे ही होता है फोटो पीरियड. देखिए किसी भी एरिया के अंदर सनलाइट कितनी देर तक रहती है ये भी काफी हद तक आपके वेजिटेशन को डिफाइन करता है. बिकॉज ओवरऑल वेजिटेशन इज डिपेंडेंट ऑन द प्रोसेस ऑफ फोटोसिंथेसिस. वेजिटेशन किसके ऊपर डिपेंडेंट है? फोटोसिंथेसिस पे डिपेंडेंट है. और अगर वेजिटेशन फोटोसिंथेसिस पे डिपेंडेंट है तो डेफिनेटली कितनी देर सनलाइट रहती है इट विल डिसाइड कि आपके आउटकम्स जो हैं वो क्या होंगे. व्हाट विल बी द आउटकम्स ऑफ ऑन द वेजिटेशन, व्हाट विल बी द इंपैक्ट ऑन द वेजिटेशन, ये आपके फोटो पीरियड के अकॉर्डिंग डिसाइड होगा. वी ऑल्सो हैव द एल्टीट्यूड बाय विच वी कैन डिफाइन द वेजिटेशन. हमारे पास एल्टीट्यूड भी है जो कि वेजिटेशन को इंपैक्ट करती है. कैसे करती है? सी अगेन गिविंग एग्जांपल ऑफ हिमालयस. If any vegetation is above the height of 3000 meter, then it will try to have narrow down the leaves. इनकी leaves जो है वो धीरे धीरे narrow down होना स्टार्ट हो जाती है क्योंकि स्नोफॉल होगा. आप समझ सकते हो स्नोफॉल होगा तो जैसे क्रिसमस ट्री का एग्जांपल लीजिए. क्रिसमस ट्री हैव नीडल शेप लीव्स. क्यों? क्योंकि क्रिसमस वहां से ओरिजिनेट हुआ जहां स्नोफॉल होता था. If broad leaves will be there, then automatically the snow which will be falling from the sky, it will be situated over to the vegetation. That's why needle shape, ताकि snowfall होगा तो नीचे जाके गिर सके. और अगर altitude कम है तो definitely warm temperature होगा. और आपकी क्लाइमेटिक कंडीशन, सॉइल कंडीशन वो ऑल टुगेदर चेंज होंगी, तो डेफिनेटली वेजिटेशन भी चेंज होगा, एंड इट इज ऑल्सो डिपेंडेंट ऑन टोपोग्राफी। दैट्स वाई एक वेजिटेशन तो ऐसा है जिसके अंदर हम माउंटेन टाइप ऑफ वेजिटेशन भी डिस्कस करेंगे। हम बात ही करेंगे कि माउंटेनियस एरिया होगा तो व्हाट काइंड ऑफ वेजिटेशन वी विल बी हैविंग इन डिफरेंट एरियाज। सो लेट्स डिस्कस ईच ऑफ देम वन बाय वन। सबसे पहले तो हम ये देखते हैं कि अगर वेजिटेशन में एक फैक्टर हमने देखा रेनफॉल का, कि लेट्स से इन एनी एरिया देयर इज अ हाई रेनफॉल। What is the meaning of high rainfall? If rainfall in any area is more than 200 सेंटीमीटर, 200 सेंटीमीटर से ज्यादा अगर रेनफॉल किसी एरिया में होता है, हाई रेनफॉल इज देयर, द रेनफॉल इज मोर देन 200 सेंटीमीटर, देन व्हाट विल बी द आउटकम? सो फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल आई वुड लाइक टू टेल यू कि वेयर इन इंडिया वी हैव हाई रेनफॉल on the western ghat, because you know very well कि western ghats are on this side, and when the southwest monsoon comes they act as a barrier, so orographic rainfall happens over here, and this orographic rainfall leads to more rainfall in the western ghat as well as in the northeastern India. Northeastern India means that is Meghalaya plateau. In Meghalaya plateau region, along with that the Andaman and Nicobar region, these are the areas जहाँ पे 200 सेंटीमीटर से ज्यादा रेनफॉल जो है वो देखने को मिल जाता है। अब जब 200 सेंटीमीटर से ज्यादा रेनफॉल होगा तो you have to understand a sense of a vegetation, and what is the essence? The essence is, in that case they have the abundant supply of water, so the trees doesn't need to conserve water. And actually what is the process behind conservation of water? Trees drop down their leaves just to conserve water, because when they are dropping their leaves the sunlight falling on the trees will be very less, and automatically the outcome will be on the lesser side. So quite simply I will say कि there will be no dropping of the leaves because tree doesn't have a need to conserve the water. पानी को बचाने की जरूरत ट्रीज को बिल्कुल भी नहीं है। That's why यहाँ पे ट्रीज जो हैं they don't shed their leaves in a set period of time. कभी ऐसा नहीं होगा कि वहां पे ग्रीनरी नहीं है। That's why we will call them evergreen forest. Now the next situation will be if there is a moderate rainfall. Moderate rainfall means the rainfall will be less than 200 centimeter, but it will be more than 70 centimeter. 70 सेंटीमीटर से ज्यादा रेनफॉल है लेकिन 200 सेंटीमीटर से कम रेनफॉल है. That is the case of moderate rainfall. Here we have deciduous forest because over here in the summer dry season, like in the month of March to June, maybe trees have a need to drop down their leaves. अपने पत्ते गिराने पड़ सकते हैं क्योंकि यहाँ पे पानी कम है, and automatically जब sunlight ज्यादा होगी तो transpiration ज्यादा होगा. To conserve water, trees will drop down their leaves. So it is the ability of the plant to lose their leaves annually. अपनी leaves को drop down करना start कर देगा. So it is named as deciduous forest. इनको क्या बोलेंगे हम? Deciduous forest. So rainfall will be between 70 to 200 centimeter, and it will be deciduous type of rainfall. Deciduous type of forest will be there. Next important part will be if there is an area which is receiving even less than 70 centimeter of rainfall. अगर ऐसा एरिया है जो 70 सेंटीमीटर से कम रेनफॉल रिसीव करता है, then what will be the outcome? So if area is receiving less than 70 centimeter of rainfall, then it is semi-arid region. And I will say, even in the areas of 70 centimeter rainfall, we have thorn type of forest. So from evergreen, we are reaching to semi-evergreen. From there we are reaching to deciduous, and from there we are reaching to thorn. And this is in the pattern of rainfall. जितना ज्यादा रेनफॉल तो एवरग्रीन होगा, थोड़ा कम होगा सेमी एवरग्रीन होगा, और कम होगा डेसिडुअस. अगर बिल्कुल कम रेनफॉल होगा तो फिर वो थॉर्न टाइप फॉरेस्ट जो है वो कहलाएंगे. अब एक और चीज है, देखिए रेनफॉल कई बार सारी चीजें डिसाइड नहीं कर पाता. कैसे? मैंग्रोव्स का एग्जांपल लीजिए. ये वो फॉरेस्ट हैं जो कि कोस्टल एरिया के अंदर सर्वाइव करते हैं. ये वो फॉरेस्ट हैं जो कि कोस्टल एरिया के अंदर सर्वाइव करते हैं. नाउ इफ द फॉरेस्ट इज सर्वाइविंग इन द कोस्टल एरिया, देन ऑटोमेटिकली रेनफॉल इज मे बी लेस, बट यस इट हैव द अवेलेबिलिटी ऑफ वाटर, बट अनफॉर्चुनेटली दैट इज अ सलाइन वाटर. So a specific type of forest like mangrove forest will be grown over the area because altogether salinity and fresh water altogether have different kind of property. Fresh water की property कुछ अलग होती है, saline water के अंदर जो vegetation grow करेगा उसकी property altogether अलग होगी. Now you can see over here, अगर आप इंडिया का देखेंगे तो सारे वो एरिया जहां पे हैवी रेनफॉल होता है वहां पे आपको ट्रॉपिकल एवरग्रीन फॉरेस्ट मिलेंगे. द एरिया विच इज शोन विद द ग्रीन कलर, यहां देखिए ये वाला पार्ट, ये वाला पार्ट, ये वाला पार्ट और ये वाला पार्ट, दीज आर दोज एरियाज विच हैव अबंडेंट रेनफॉल. ये वो एरियाज हैं जहां पे अबंडेंट रेनफॉल होता है और अबंडेंट रेनफॉल अगर होगा तो डेफिनेटली वी हैव ट्रॉपिकल एवरग्रीन फॉरेस्ट. After that we have tropical deciduous forest, means comparatively there will be lesser rainfall. तो आपका जो ये डार्क कलर दिखा रखा है, this one, this is tropical deciduous forest because comparatively it have the lesser rainfall. Now you can see the color which is bright in nature over here, over there, over there. These are those areas which have the mountainous nature. मतलब यहाँ पे topography जो है वो mountainous topography है. We have many more mountains over the area, and if we have the mountain, then this is known as montane forest. After that, what we have? This particular area. This is the area जो कि आपके क्या है, mangroves forest है, जहाँ saline water के अंदर survive करते हैं. They are not only available over here, they are available at this point and also somewhere at this point. Apart from this, you also have the tropical thorn forest. This is the area where there is a very less rainfall, even less than 70 centimeter of rainfall is over there. So it will be tropical thorn kind of forest. ये tropical thorn forest की category आएगी. तो ये natural vegetation है. Now let's discuss each of them one by one. We will be talking about each of the vegetation. We will be discussing each of the vegetation species कि कौन से species particularly देखने को मिल जाएंगे. So first of all, you have the tropical wet evergreen forest. Tropical wet evergreen forest. Tropical wet evergreen. When it comes to the tropical wet evergreen, it will be on the western side of the Western Ghat. Like 500 to 1370 मीटर की हाइट वेस्टर्न घाट के ऊपर एक सी लेवल जो होगा, इतने सी लेवल तक आपको ट्रॉपिकल वेट एवरग्रीन फॉरेस्ट देखने को मिलेंगे. हाउ यू विल बी जजिंग द कैरेक्टरिस्टिक्स? दीज आर द वर्ड्स व्हिच विल रिप्रेजेंट द कैरेक्टरिस्टिक्स. ट्रॉपिकल मींस दे विल बी इन द एरिया वेयर there is no true winter. No true winter will be found in the area. ठीक है, no true winter will be found in the area, but it is wet evergreen. That means rainfall will be more than 200 centimeter in that case. ठीक है, it is a area where there is no true rainfall, sorry, no true winter, but rainfall will be more than 200, मतलब around 250 centimeter rainfall will be there. And when there is no true winter, that means average temperature will be 25 to 27 degrees Celsius temperature. Temperature will be around 25 to 27 degrees Celsius temperature will be there because it is a tropical condition. So over here, if I will be talking about the humidity, here the air is going to be highly humid. That's why humidity will be around 77%. The dry season is very short, and even sometime the dry season is totally absent. ड्राई सीजन या तो होता ही नहीं है, होता है अगर तो बहुत ही स्मॉल ड्यूरेशन के लिए, हार्डली 1 month or 2 months मैक्सिमम. What kind of trees will be found? Mahogany trees, mahava trees, white cedar, jamun tree, bamboo tree. These are the species which will be found in the tropical wet evergreen forest. Now let's come to the tropical semi-evergreen forest. Let's come to the tropical semi-evergreen forest. When it comes to the tropical semi-evergreen forest, then what do we have? Western coast of Assam, lower coast of Eastern Himalayas, Odisha region, Andaman region. These are the areas where the rainfall is less than 250 centimeter but more than 200, like 200 to 250 centimeter. There the rainfall was 250 and more than that. But over here, it is again tropical. So temperature range is going to be same, that is 25 to 27 or 24 to 27 degrees Celsius temperature will be there. But yes, because it is a semi-evergreen forest, so there the humidity was comparatively high. Over here, humidity will be comparatively less. Maybe a very small difference, but yes, it is there. 75% humidity will be there. So there will be change in the species. Laurel tree, rosewood tree, thorny tree, bamboo tree, cedar tree, these chestnut tree, champa tree, mango tree, these will be the trees which will be found, these will be the species which will be found in semi-evergreen forest. But yes, they have the dry season. They have dry season. Because for certain defined period, the trees will lose out their leaves. They will shed their leaves for certain defined period. Then it comes to tropical dry evergreen. Can you see the word? We are looking at tropical dry evergreen. You may be thinking, sir, there is a word dry and even there is a word evergreen. What does it mean? Dry be here or evergreen be? How can it be possible? Actually, the dry evergreen simply means this area doesn't receive rainfall in the southwest monsoon, but it receives rainfall in the time of northeastern monsoon. ये जो एरिया होगा वो साउथ वेस्ट मॉनसून में रेनफॉल रिसीव ना करके नॉर्थ ईस्टर्न मॉनसून के अंदर रेनफॉल रिसीव करेगा. सो विशाखापट्टनम इन आंध्रा, रंथमपुर इन तमिलनाडु, बेसिकली तमिलनाडु कोस्ट, Ramanathapuram region. This is the best region defined for tropical dry evergreen. So tropical, the temperature will be almost same, 28 degrees Celsius के आसपास. But it is evergreen, so annual rainfall is more than 100 centimeter, and that is 75% के आसपास humidity रहती है. So evaporation will not be very high over here. Jamun tree, tamarind tree, neem tree, and most of the other forests जो हैं आपके देखने को यहाँ पे मिल जाते हैं. Next important part will be, now we are changing the word from evergreen to moist deciduous. Tropical moist deciduous. Moist deciduous means we are not going directly to the deciduous. They become very dry. We are talking about moist deciduous, means they have certain kind of moisture, but they are deciduous in nature. So I will say they will drop down their leaves, but at least they have the leaves. When it is purely deciduous or when it is dry deciduous, it even doesn't have the leaves. It will become a thorn type forest. So it will be in the Western Ghat, the interior part, the Shivalik region, Manipur to Mizoram region, Chota Nagpur Plateau, the interior part, because they are all the rain shadow region, or the central part of Andaman and Nicobar. Central part of Andaman and Nicobar. Over here, the rainfall will be between 100 to 200 centimeter. Rainfall will be between 100 to 200 centimeter. Mean annual temperature will be 27 degrees Celsius. Mean annual temperature will be 27 degrees Celsius because it's a tropical forest. And over here, humidity will be again 75%. The trees which will be there, teak tree, sal tree, laurel tree, rose tree, amla tree, jamun tree, these are the trees, bamboo tree, they have the requirement of less water. Why less water? Because they have some techniques to conserve water, and that is to shed down the leaves. अपने पत्तों को गिरा देना certain time के ऊपर जब sunlight ज़्यादा हो ताकि transpiration से हम बच सके. Next है tropical dry deciduous forest. Tropical dry deciduous forest. So it's a wide range from the foot of Himalayas to the Kanyakumari. It is not found in Rajasthan and Western Ghats in West Bengal. These are the areas जिनके अंदर अलग-अलग trees होते हैं. जैसे राजस्थान है तो आपके क्या होंगे? Thorny forest होंगे. यहाँ पे क्या होगा? आपके basically सुंदरबन forest होंगे. तो वो एक अलग type हो जाती है. So except this region, everywhere it will be found. They have the lesser rainfall, like 100 to 150 centimeter of rainfall will be there. ठीक है? And then teak tree, neem tree, peepal tree, axle tree, these are abundantly found over there. Then it comes tropical thorn. Thorn word जो है, it almost represent very dry, means extensively dry. If I will say, it is extensively dry area. It is extensively dry area. So Rajasthan, southwestern Punjab, western Haryana, Kutch, and the neighboring part of the Saurashtra. These are the areas where we have this. Obviously, when we have the Western Ghat over the area, so Western Ghat will be acting as a blockage. Western Ghat will be acting as a blockage. So over there we have the rain shadow region. We have the rain shadow region. We have the rain shadow area. And that rain shadow area will be not receiving any kind of rainfall. So this is tropical thorn forest. Less than 75 centimeter of rainfall will be there. Humidity will be even less than 50%. Temperature, because it is tropical, that's why 25 to 30 degrees Celsius temperature will be there. And here we have the vegetation of neem, babool, cactus tree. Do you know about the movie Pushpa? पुष्पा में जो आपके ट्रीज थे वो ट्रॉपिकल ड्राई डेसिडुअस कैटेगरी में आते हैं. एक्सेल ट्रीज को आपका क्या किया जा रहा है? इलीगली ट्रेड किया जा रहा है. ठीक है, तो आपके वो ट्रॉपिकल ड्राई डेसिडुअस कैटेगरीज में आते हैं. यहाँ पे ट्रॉपिकल थॉर्न फॉरेस्ट है. थॉर्न फॉरेस्ट आर हैविंग डीप रूट्स, बट दे डजंट हैव मच ऑफ द वुड एंड ऑल. ज्यादा वुड वगैरह उसके अंदर नहीं होती है. डीप रूट्स बिकॉज दे कैन पिक अप वाटर इवन फ्रॉम द वेरी डीप पार्ट ऑफ द अर्थ. ग्राउंड वाटर बहुत नीचे भी होगा अगर, तो भी दे कैन पिक अप द वाटर. दैट्स व्हाई दे हैव डीप रूट ओवर देयर. इसलिए इनके अंदर काफी डीप रूट्स जो हैं वो देखने को मिल जाते हैं। दैट इज क्वाइट सिंपल वे इसको हम अंडरस्टैंड कर सकते हैं। नाउ एज यू नो, इंडिया इज अ कंट्री from the middle of which we have the passes of Tropic of Cancer. That's why half of the area of India is tropical and the remaining half is a temperate area. But what do we have? We have the Himalayas in between, and that's why they will block the Siberian winds which are coming towards India. When these Siberian winds are blocked by the Himalayas, we have subtropical area. Instead of calling it temperate area, we have subtropical area over here. Instead of having temperate area, we have subtropical areas over here. So when it comes to the subtropical area, so we have the subtropical forest. So first of all, subtropical area means temperature will be comparatively low. There in tropical area, we were talking about 25-30 degrees Celsius temperature. Here the temperature will be comparatively low, that is 18 to 21 degrees Celsius temperature. 18 to 21 degrees Celsius temperature will be there. So when it comes to subtropical area that are broad-leaved hill forest, we have first of all 18 to 21 degrees Celsius temperature. Eastern Himalayas to the east of 88 degree east longitude, 1000 to 2000 meter height will be there. Mostly in the Nilgiri hills, Palini hills, वहां पे देखने को मिल जाते हैं. Mean annual rainfall, because they are subtropical broad-leaved, that's why rainfall 75 से ज्यादा होगा, 75 to 125 centimeter rainfall. But yes, because they are subtropical, so their temperature should be less. And now you should make yourself aware. आपको पता होना चाहिए कि जब टेम्परेचर कम होता है या फिर मॉइस्चर बढ़ता है, दोनों ही केस में रिलेटिव ह्यूमिडिटी बढ़ जाती है. ऑल तो यहाँ पे रेनफॉल कम है, बट यहाँ रिलेटिव ह्यूमिडिटी ज्यादा होगी. कि whenever there is increase in temperature, dew points will be nearby. Moisture holding capacity will also be very close, very low, and that's why there is 80% humidity found in this region. Oak tree, chestnut tree, beech tree, ash tree, pine tree, these are the areas जिन पे ये आपके characteristics देखने को मिलते हैं. Species जो हैं trees के देखने को मिल जाएंगे. Now after broad-leaved, we are talking about moist pine. Here the leaves starts narrowing down. But as it is a subtropical area, so temperature is going to be same. But as it is a moist pine, so height is going to increase from 1000 to 2000 meter height above the sea level. 73 degree east to 88 degree east longitude extension will be there where it will be found. 1000 to 2000 meter height is the average height. ठीक है, ये एक एवरेज हाइट यहाँ पे देखने को मिल जाती है. नाउ ऑब्वियसली 1000 to 2000 मीटर हाइट का मतलब क्या? हिली एरिया. सो हिली एरिया ऑफ अरुणाचल प्रदेश, हिली एरिया ऑफ मणिपुर, हिली एरिया ऑफ आपके दैट इज उत्तराखंड, these are the areas where this forest will be found. What kind of species will be there? Oak tree, olive tree, chew tree, ये timber tree, ये सब जो है आपकी टर्पेंटाइन ऑयल, यहाँ पे काफी ज्यादा प्रोडक्शन देखने को मिलता है. नेक्स्ट यू हैव सबट्रॉपिकल ड्राई एवरग्रीन. आपको याद है सबट्रॉपिकल की बजाय ट्रॉपिकल ड्राई एवरग्रीन भी हमने डिस्कस किया था. दैट वाज इन तमिलनाडु. हियर यू हैव सबट्रॉपिकल ड्राई एवरग्रीन. So subtropical dry evergreen is actually found in those areas which are bhabar in nature. That is when the river is coming from the Himalayas and when it is reaching to the foothill of the Himalayas, there it creates a swampy area. वहां पे क्या होता है आपका? एक swampy area देखने को मिलता है. When it is in a swampy area, there we have better water logging conditions. So subtropical dry evergreen is there. Bhabar and Shivalik ranges में मिलता है. 1000 मीटर हाइट एटलीस्ट देखने को मिलेगी. व्हाई? बिकॉज इट इज सबट्रॉपिकल. अगर डाउन लेवल पे बात करेंगे हम तो फिर वो ट्रॉपिकल होगा. दैट विल नॉट बी नोन एज सबट्रॉपिकल. टू मेक इट सबट्रॉपिकल वी शुड हैव एटलीस्ट अ हाइट ऑफ 1000 मीटर. हमें कम से कम भी हाइट 1000 मीटर तो रखनी पड़ेगी. एंड अगेन इट इज अ ड्राई एवरग्रीन, सो कंपैरेटिवली रेनफॉल विल बी लेस, बट fortunately it have lower temperature, that's why evaporation will be comparatively less. It is having a rainfall between 50 to 100 centimeter. 50 to 100 centimeter and mostly from December to March month. The summers are sufficiently hot. Winters are very cold over here. Winters are very cold over here. Summers are, they are sufficiently hot over there. What kind of species? Olive tree, acacia tree, modestra tree, potassium tree. ये सब shrubs देखने को मिलते हैं. Here the height of the trees starts decreasing. यहाँ पे जो trees की height है वो भी धीरे धीरे कम होना start हो जाती है. This is the rule of gravitation. देखिए जितना आप हाइट पे जाएंगे उतना ही वेजिटेशन की जो हाइट है वो धीरे धीरे कम होनी शुरू हो जाएगी. सो दैट इज द केस विद द सब ट्रॉपिकल ड्राई फॉरेस्ट. देन you have the montane wet for temperate forest. Now I'm using the word temperate. What does it mean? It means the subtropical was having a temperature between 18 to 21. Here the temperature will be less than 18 degrees Celsius because it is a temperate area. Temperate area means further cooling. So here temperature is 11 degrees Celsius to 14 degrees Celsius. 11 से 14 डिग्री सेल्सियस टेम्परेचर होगा. बट हाउ कैन इट बी पॉसिबल? इंडिया में टेम्परेचर आएगा कहां से? आप हाइट बढ़ाइए भाई. जो 1000 मीटर हाइट थी अब उसको थोड़ा सा और बढ़ाइए. हाइट विल बी 1800 टू 3000 मीटर. When 1800 to 3000 meter, definitely I will be having temperate conditions. And there is no true summer. We have only winter. Now, as there is a decrease in temperature, the humidity is going to be very high. And even we are using the word wet. So, obviously, rainfall तो यहाँ पे ठीक ठाक होना ही चाहिए. तो rainfall will be 150 to 300 centimeter. And humidity will be 80%. Humidity will be 80%, rainfall will be high, and because I am using the word temperate, so temperature will be from 11 degrees Celsius to 14 degrees Celsius. 11 से 14 डिग्री सेल्सियस टेम्परेचर यहाँ पे आपको देखने को मिल जाता है. दियोदार ट्री हैं, आपके चिलन ट्री हैं, इंडियन चेस्टनट हैं, बर्च है, प्लम ट्री है. These are the trees which will be found in this region. Then you have the Himalayan moist temperate. After the wet temperate, थोड़ा सा रेनफॉल को कम कर दीजिए. Because there is increase in height, तो हाइट बढ़ने से इवन रेनफॉल अपने आप भी कम हो जाता है. We have moist temperate. Now the moist temperate will not be found in Tamil Nadu region or the Kerala region, because over here the temperature will be further reduced. It will reach to the snow line where snowfall will be happening, and that is not happening in the Western Ghat. Western Ghat means snowfall नहीं होता है. That's why they are not found in the Western Ghat. We have the temperate zone of Himalayas at a height of 1500 to 3300 meter. It covers the entire length of this mountain ranges: Kashmir, Himachal, Uttarakhand, Sikkim, Himalayan belt. This is only concentrated in the Himalayan belt. And the reason is quite simple, because we are using the word moist temperate. That means snowfall will be there. So rainfall mostly in the form of snowfall. 150 to 250 centimeter of rainfall. Moist is there, so yes, there is rainfall, but that rainfall will be in the form of snowfall. That is more important. What kind of species will be there? Pine tree, cedar tree, silver tree, spruce tree, oak tree, rhododendron trees. These are the trees which are found in this region. Even the bamboo tree are also found. But this is the last area जहाँ पे bamboo मिल सकते हैं, because after that the stunted tree will be there. Very stunted tree will be there. The height of the trees after it is going to be very, very less. बहुत कम height रहने वाली है. Now, earlier we have wet forest, temperate wet, moist wet, dry temperate. Now dry temperate. So it will be inner dry ranges of Himalayas. You know very well, when it comes to the Himalayas, and if I am moving from the eastern to the western direction, there will be decrease in the rainfall. And if I want to talk about the dry temperate, I should move myself towards the western Himalayas. मुझे अपने आप को वेस्टर्न हिमालयाज की तरफ, लद्दाख, लाहौल स्पीति वैली, किन्नौर वैली, गढ़वाल रीजन, सिक्किम रीजन, हाइट भी बढ़ानी पड़ेगी मुझे. आपका 100 सेंटीमीटर से कम रेनफॉल होगा और वो भी स्नोफॉल की फॉर्म में होगा. Like you can take example of the Ladakh region, that is almost a dry region. Ladakh is almost a dry region. So that kind of forest will be found in the Ladakh region itself. What are the other tree? Oak tree, ash tree, olive tree. Even I will say the coniferous trees start developing over here. They have xerophytic type of shrubs. Xerophytic shrubs means which can survive in the less amount of water. Less amount of water. They can survive in lesser amount of water. So that is the case with the xerophytic shrubs will be there, and they will be found in dry temperate forest. So just you have to concentrate on the word dry temperate. So dry is there, rainfall will be less. Temperate means temperature will be low. In dry and temperate, where I will be having that? Obviously in Himalayas, but on the western side, because eastern side Himalayas have abundant rainfall. And finally you have the alpine forest as well. Alpine forest will be at more height, 2900 to 3500 meters. And even this alpine will be divided into subalpine, moist alpine and dry alpine. Because after that we will reach to the snow line. That means after that we will not be having any kind of vegetation. इसके बाद vegetation मिलना is almost impossible. This region is just below the snow line. Snow line क्या होता है? Mountain की that height. After that this mountain is always covered with the snow. After this the mountain will be always covered with the snow, whether it is a summer or winter whatsoever. So this line, the alpine forest, will be just below the snow line. वो snow line से बिल्कुल थोड़ा सा नीचे रहेंगे. That's all. They will always be covered with the snow. Above this, the area will be covered with the snow. What kind of forest? Juniper tree, honeysuckle tree, artemisia tree, fir tree, spur tree. These are be found over here. यही trees यहाँ पे मिल रहे हैं, right? Next, एक forest और भी है. कौन से forest है? Littoral and swamp forest. These are the not forest. These are the forest which are found in the delta region of the river. कि river जो है आपके, whether they are going towards Bay of Bengal or Arabian Sea, कहीं भी जा रही है, लेकिन वो डेल्टा बना रही है, एक swampy area बना रही है. और swampy area अगर बना रही है तो swampy forests are confined to the deltas of Ganga delta, Mahanadi delta, Godavari delta, Krishna delta, Kaveri delta. There we have the swamp forest. Means river is making delta, that is a depositional landform, and there we have such kind of forest. Here rainfall is 7500 centimeter, 75 centimeter, 500 centimeter, depending on the areas. But these forests are not majorly dependent on rainfall. They are majorly dependent on the saline water or the fresh water which is bring out by the river. River ही बहुत सारा पानी लेके आ रही है. Already ही वो एक swampy area, तो they are not dependent on rainfall. Sundari tree, agar tree, rajoram tree, pine tree, palm tree. That's why जो आपका डेल्टा बाई गंगा रिवर है उसको हम सुंदरबन डेल्टा ही बोलते हैं, बिकॉज ऑफ द डोमिनेंस ऑफ सुंदरी ट्री. बिकॉज ऑफ द डोमिनेंस ऑफ सुंदरी ट्री वी यूज टू कॉल दैट डेल्टा एज सुंदरबन डेल्टा. क्योंकि डोमिनेंस है उसका, इसलिए हम उसको सुंदरबन डेल्टा के नाम से जानते हैं. दैट विल बी नेम्ड एज सुंदरबन डेल्टा. ठीक है. सो दीज आर द फॉरेस्ट, डिफरेंट काइंड ऑफ फॉरेस्ट, डिफरेंट काइंड ऑफ वेजिटेशन दैट इज फाउंड इन इंडिया. You can download the PDF of this session at Kapil Bhardwaj for you. And this is the Insta handle. If you have any doubt, you can connect with me over here. Right? All the very best. Take care. Bye bye. Thanks a lot. But yes. Any other topic जो आपको problem करता है, जो आपको नहीं आता है, you can mention in the comment section. I will look upon this and definitely cover that particular topic. Best wishes. Take care. Bye bye.